Greetings, and welcome to day 6 of the 30-day Rise Challenge. I hope that you have been following the challenge and been participating in the exercises that are provided for you. Completely free of charge, these are introductory, beginner levels, so they do not go in far advanced and they do not go into further in depth than what is at your availability. And when I say that, it meets you where you are at, not requiring you to change in order to receive the component, okay? Over the course of the last 5 challenges, we talked about awakening your inner flame, okay? That's the fire spirit of transformation within inside. It's always working on the inside out, even when you are not aware of it, and even when the resonance is so subtle that your conscious mind does not pick up it. On day 2, we talked about body awareness. Being aware of how your body and its natural intelligence is informing you where energy needs to flow to, or how you might be responding to certain types of food or consumptions that you might be consuming, and how it has a positive and lower vibrational effect within your natural system of environment. Day 3, we talked about grounding. A lot of times this world can shake us up, and if we don't take time for self-care, we end up becoming imbalanced. Okay? Grounding helps us come back to a state of balance and neutrality so that we can approach things with a clear level mindedness rather than a chaotic mindedness or an over analyzing, scanning for dangers type of perception. Okay. Day 4, we talked about conscious movement through guided practices like Tai Chi and yoga. Tai Chi is very gradual. There is no force, there is no effort. You are only utilizing the methodology to move energy without forcing an outcome, okay? Allowing it to work for you rather than working against you, just like water. Even if there is something in the middle, it's going to find a way either to go around it or it's going to keep hitting that rock until that rock dissolves. And after a while, that rock changes form from the water constantly going around and hitting on it, okay? The water does not say, get out of my way. The water finds a way to continue flow, okay? A lot of times we don't approach things in life with that manner of thought in going with the flow of things. Rather, we end up kind of swimming against the current rather going with it, okay? Day 5, we talked about total nervous system reset, that there are 2 nervous systems in each one of us, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is responsible for allowing you to be able to detect when something might be of danger or whether something is cause for awareness for survivability. But we often stay in that mode of survival, and we treat every situation as a fight and flight response when it doesn't actually necessarily need to be. The parasympathetic nervous system is what we call in when we use channeled energy or a form of modality that allows us to balance our state of stress that we have accumulated in the body, and the imbalance of mind or anguish, mental chatter, even emotional turmoil or turbulence that has been unresolved. Today we talk about the power of breath, okay? It's the natural step in this process, but by all means, you do not have to do these all in sequential order. There is no rigidity, there is no demand of structure, follow as is. Utilize what works best for you at your level, okay? So day 6 of the 30-day Rise Challenge is using breath as with intention and purpose. Okay, I'm going to go over one technique of breath work, but there are many different forms of breath work that you can use. This is called somatic breathing with intention, where you draw your breath in and give it purpose, letting it do its job, and then releasing or letting go what no longer serves you in the highest positive manner. I'm going to teach you how to direct that breath. And then later on, you can choose to direct that breath anywhere in your body or outside of it in your energy field to serve as a function. Okay? Over the last several days, you've learned to awaken, become aware of your body, ground yourself, move intentionally, and regulate your nervous system into coherence. All right? Today, we bring those practices together through one of the most powerful tools and completely free, mind you, using nature's bounty and its offering. All right? Nature does not require anything of us, but it is always there supplying us. We often don't put enough awareness in that aspect. If I were to bottle up all of the atmospheric energy and put it on a shelf for commercialization, and you struggled to be able to breathe, you would probably throw everything you have in order to get that item just so that you can breathe. But this is nature's bounty, free gift completely to you. But we often don't utilize it in its fullness. We often do what's called shallow breathing. We only take part of it and get it to a certain point, to a shallow sustainment. All right. In deep breath work or somatic breathing breath work, you utilize the fullness of the breath. I take it one step further and I teach you to assign intention and allow it to serve you with purpose for your highest good. Whatever that might be in you and your walk in life, I don't need to know. I know it will always serve you in the highest manner. Continue to practice this, and it will be like second nature, and you won't have to let me rephrase that. You won't have to feel like you are doing work to draw the fullness of breath in, because after repetition, your body adapts to it, and it becomes the new signature way of breathing for you. We've done it as babies, but as we started getting shocked to our nervous system, we started doing shallow breathing, and it became our default method of breath work. The breath isn't something you force. It is something that you learn to notice and become aware of with the conscious mind. It is with the conscious mind that you can direct the energy to go to any part within your body, outside of your body. But it always works from the inside out. It always goes to the root issue rather than the surface level of what you might see at the physicality, because it has already ran its course. And some of you living for 25, 35, 45 years of age haven't really employed the depth of breath work, so it may require a little bit due diligence and continuation of work to actually feel the difference and see the reaping benefits of the cultivation. Okay? Every conscious breath and intention tied with that conscious breath is an opportunity to return to your unique self, your unique power that is well within you. Okay? So I'm going to give you a brief practice, all right? You can stand or sit. You can also lay, however you feel comfortable, okay? Relax your shoulders. Let your jaw release. Let any tension that you might feel in the body kind of melt away, okay? Remember, this is not forcing something. This is just bringing ourselves into the present moment. If you have a task list or you have something to do, go ahead and pause the video. Go ahead and take care of that. Because if you don't, then you're going to be constantly thinking about it and you're not going to get the full benefit of this video today. So go ahead and pause the video and we'll return to that in that proper aligned time. Allow your eyes to soften or close. Okay, you can do this with eyes open or you can do it with closed. I know some people they do a greater aspect of it with their eyes open. There's no right or wrong manner whether your eyes are closed or they're open. Okay, as long as your conscious awareness is back in the intent of purpose of the breath work. Okay, notice your natural breathing without changing it. That's right. As you're sitting there and you're breathing, are you thinking of how you are breathing? Have you dismissed it because it's how you've always allowed yourself to breathe? When I give you the opportunity to learn this breath work, which is called box breathing, by the way, because it's 4, 4, 4, and 4, all right? You're going to feel in a resonant way the difference between a deep, full breath and a shallow breath, okay? So place one hand on your chest, all right? You can do upper chest, you can do center chest. Place one hand on your chest, and then one hand on your upper abdominal, solar plexus, upper stomach, whichever one helps direct you to the actual location. I'll stand up for a moment so you can see. All right, just above your navel. All right, about 2 to 3 inches above your navel. Okay. Assign an intention before you inhale. With this breath of which I draw in fully and deeply, I intend to allow it to serve me in the highest positive manner in every area of my life. I have assigned intention, all right? Upon that, I now breathe deeply. I close my mouth and I breathe through my nose, deep into my diaphragm. Ready? Holding it for about 4 seconds. You breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds. Upon my breath of exhale, I release what no longer serves me in the highest positive manner, whatever that may be, and let all of the breath out. Four seconds, breathe in deep, hold for 4 seconds, release for 4 seconds, and before you start your next breath, pause for 4 seconds. Okay? Allowing the energy to do its job. All right? This is called box breathing. You can also anchor your breath, meaning that you can ground your breath into a certain capacity. Say that you might be experiencing some emotional turmoil that you might have coined or defined it as a lower vibrational of feeling, whether it might be anger, frustration, depression, anxiety, you name it. Only you will know in what state of beingness that you are feeling. Okay? These are not your identities. These are states of being. And in states of being, they are in frequencies. And you can elevate in the frequency of that state of being with the power of intentional breath. Okay? So as you breathe in, say that I am experiencing the emotional resonance in the frequency of depression. I am going to give my breath intention to go and resolve whatever is anchoring me in that frequency. Okay? So, here is an example. I consciously, intentionally draw in breath all the way into my diaphragm to serve me in the functionality to uproot and release the state of beingness of depression that I am experiencing within myself. Upon my release or exhale, I release all of the energy and every residual facet of energy that allows it to remain in place. Now we do our hand on our chest, hand on our abdomen, okay? And we take our deep breath in, because we've already assigned an intention. 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Release all of the air. 4 seconds. Now pause for 4 seconds. And do the cycle again. Do this for about 3 to 5 times, okay? Or until you feel that you have elevated in emotional resonance, okay? It may take a little bit of time learning. That's completely okay. There is no rush. There is no race to the finish line, okay? After doing so, and you have elevated yourself into a more neutral frequency of feel, meaning you're not too elevated or elated, and you're not down in the lower vibrational fields, okay? But you're neutral, okay? You're Switzerland. Ask yourself, this is called a reflective breath. Ask yourself, after doing the breath work, how often do I leave the present moment, and how easily can my breath guide me back? Your inner self will rise up the answer. It may be in the form of awareness of how your breath is working. It may be in the form of resonance within your body. It may be in the form of something else reflected that mirror back to you in your environment. Be open without judgment, okay? We often race between what was and fear of what could be based on comparison of what was. And we hardly ever stay in the present moment. They say 5% is conscious mind. The truth of that matter is 5% of the conscious mind you use with conscious intention. Because you're not trained to use the conscious mind more than the subconscious mind is equipped for. Your subconscious mind stores all of the energetic data, whether it comes from an outside source or whether you talk or how you might talk about yourself or how you might perceive yourself to be in whatever state that you assign it. Some people might experience body shame because of how they see themselves. Sometimes other people have come in that pathway and given them nomenclatures or identities about their body or physique, and has in some manner absorbed that belief of limitations about their body, and they have tried every single physical remedy that is out there on the global market and haven't yet seen a positive result in their perspective, okay? That should indicate that it's not so much an outside factor that is affecting you, but rather the state of which you have defined yourself in. Speak life and positivity in yourself, assign it with breath, and you elevate how you see yourself, how you talk about yourself. And at some point, going on through this pathway, you're not going to care what someone else has to say, regardless how derogatory it might be, because their energy is not supplied for your sustenance. Your energy is supplied through you as a channel, as a conduit. You can rise to the surface from within, and you can draw in nature's bounty. Nature will never demean you. It will never put you down. It sees you in the highest positive manner. It doesn't have an ego. It's not fearful of you doing better than it, and it's not going to judge or cast stones at you for you existing in life. Humanity that develops the ego out of fear and resonates in the frequency of fear or threat, challenge, tends to be a versus, a competition, competitiveness, right? The truth of the matter is, the only person or the only competition that you ever have is you versus you. Now, I can pour out love into this film, and I can already energetically transmit love through the video without any resistance, but you would not receive it if you were not open to receive it. It would basically be a block on the wall, okay? You can do the same thing to outside energy that you don't want it to become part of you. As far as I know, anybody that I have met, nobody wants to live in the lower frequencies of vibration. Most of them, they're trying to find some way of elevating their life. And they've tried all these different manners and all these different mechanics, and some of them have been scammed, even in the wellness community. And that's why I offer these videos completely free of charge. The only requirement is that you do part of the work. I can bring the content to you, but I can't do the work for you. Stay at it because it always serves you in the highest possible manner. Okay? I want to implore one unique thing. After all of the day 5 challenge, of all the 5-day challenges prior to this one, I want to give you a daily challenge. Should you choose to accept and align to the practice, 3 times throughout your day, take a moment for yourself. Whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, etc., and let yourself receive the fullness of breath. Breathe in 4 seconds with an intention assigned to that breath. Hold it for 4 seconds, letting it do its job. Release for 4 seconds. Pause for 4 seconds before starting the next cycle. Okay? Next, before I close this video, is your power of breathwork and grounding. Now, we talked about grounding in an earlier video, but I want to help you tie that breathwork and grounding in nature. If you're nearby a tree, place your hands on the tree and imagine, not physically, but imagine your hands are in the places that I gave you credibility to place earlier for feeling the breath going through you. Okay? So you're imagining your hands are in their places, but physically you are putting your hands on the biggest tree that is near you. Okay? You can take your shoes off. Sometimes people have stated that they feel a more grounded connection when their shoes are off rather than having shoes on, etc. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Okay? Place your hands on the tree, and with the intention, tree, I thank you for the bountifulness of the clean energy that you provide by taking all the toxins of the air through your body and transmuting it into clean, renewable energy. Now breathe in. This is a breath of gratitude. Hold for 4 seconds and really allow yourself to feel the flow. Upon your release, I release all of the energy that does not align to my highest positive good. The tree is taking that energy on your behalf. Release all of the air. Doing this, after a while, you will start connecting to the energetic flow of the tree. You'll probably not experience it if you're not very in tune to subtle energy, but with practice and continuation of doing so, you will build up that awareness and it will become your new familiarity and new framework of mind that allows you to tap into any time that you desire. You can do it while you're driving. I would recommend not doing too many breath works while driving because you can actually elevate yourself into a heightened state of consciousness that may distract you from having to drive a motor vehicle or operate machinery. And you can also do it while cooking. I do it when cooking. Before I grab all the ingredients, I set an intention and I center and balance myself. I am a certified nutritional holistic chef and I cook with the highest vibrational ingredients. Clean, no fillers, no pesticides, no prepackaged, nothing, okay? It's always in the highest format, and I'll take any recipe you have out there, restaurant quality, doesn't matter, and I will elevate it to a minimum of 68% elevation. And you're going to have a greater taste, and your body is going to thank you, and it's going to help release what does not serve you in the highest positive manner. And whether that's through sweat, whether that's through urination or defecation, whether that's just breath work. Your body is intelligent, and it will help serve you in the highest positive manner. Okay? I do it with food, I do it with art, I do it with these videos, I do it with journaling, you know? I do it while I'm reading. Anytime I'm gifted an item, it's not that I have any negative beliefs about where it came from or who touched it, but I know that all the challenges I've had in life about what is and what isn't, and elevated frequencies and lower frequencies, I'm going to take the item just like this crystal, and I'm just going to hover my hand over it with my breath. I'm going to assign an intention. With this breath, I allow energy to cleanse this crystal of anything that does not serve in alignment to my highest positive good. And with the breath, I allow it to be released into the universe for it to be transmuted into the highest frequency for the whole wellness of the world. Hold it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and it's done. You never have to think about it whether it's filled with energy you don't want or anything, because you have set and charged it with intention and the power of your breath. Okay? You can do the same thing with a coffee cup, a stirring utensil. In fact, tonight, if you are like me who likes to cook your meals at home rather than eat out all the time, wash your hands with cool water. When you wash your hands with cool water, it removes any debris of energy that you really didn't want to carry with you, okay? And then allow your hands to drip. All right? Take your drying towel, and instead of rubbing, tap it dry, okay? All right? Move to your preparation. Set the energy in your preparation. How do you want the energy to do? Do you want to pour love into your food? Assign your breath and the activeness component to serve in the highest capacity of love into your dish. As you set that intention and you continue to do your breath, you have already charged your food in that alignment. You don't even have to think about it anymore. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to analyze it. Nothing. You've already set the intention. And the power of intention and breath combined is a formula no one ever teaches you in traditional school. Try that. And watch how your food unfolds as medicinal properties for your highest well-being. I use food as medicine, but I also use it as nutrition. I use it for calibration. I use it for nervous system reset. I use it for serving in the highest positive capacity. And my payoff is the unlimited gratitude and appreciation to those who receive my food. Okay? So you have come to day 6 of the 30-day Rise Challenge. If you have made it this far and you are enjoying the content and it is helping you in your highest positive manner of your journey of not only becoming in the frequency of well, but elevating to rise. Hit a like on this video, hit subscribe, and hit that bell notification, because that bell notification is going to let you know anytime a new video is uploaded. Alright? I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I implore to you, with the power of my breath and the direction of energy, that you receive it in the highest positive manner, so that you may approach your day with a clear level-mindedness, that your mind is calm, your heart is gentle, your body is functioning at its highest optimal capacity, and your energy is free of distortion. Namaste. Be well. I love you guys. Until the next video.